where Shereen Bhan is in conversation with NASSCOM's R Chandrasekhar.
On the health of the sector. Joining us now is the President of NASSCOM, Mr. R Chandrasekhar. So I appreciate you joining us here. As I said, we've been seeing a deluge of bad news, if I could call it that. It started with Infosys, then Cognizant, recently with TCS. All seem to suggest that whether it's discretionary spending or particular sectors, I mean, TCS has talked about the BFSI space as being a sector that is vulnerable at this point in time. How bad is the problem? How severe is the problem? What should we make of it today?
Well, I think first is, while a lot of dire warning bells have been sounded, as you said, I think it's a little bit, as Mark Twain said, the rumors of my death were vastly exaggerated. I think what we are seeing is a combination of many different factors, and they are all coming together. And what we see at the end of the day is a resultant of all of these factors. Right. So to make sense out of this welter of trends and counter trends, I think it's important to look at what are the issues and factors which are of a temporary nature or which are short-term in nature or which impact, a few sectors or a few quarters or a few companies, and what are those which are more secular trends and which are a little more longer term. And just to clarify.
Right. So let's start with the short-term challenges that the sector is faced with, the short-term uncertainties that the sector is faced with. Of course, there's been a lot of talk around Brexit and the implications of the Brexit. Of course, that's just one aspect. Companies are specifically guiding about vulnerabilities for BFSI. They're specifically guiding about a slowdown in discretionary spending. So let's talk about the short-term implications of the challenges that the sector is faced with.
So just to make sure that we are, talking with the same framework of short-term would be something which is, let's say, 3 to 6 months, or a couple of quarters. Medium-term would be anything from, say, 6 months to 2 years.
Sure.
And long-term would be 2 years to 5 years. Beyond that, we don't even have
we don't
even have a crystal ball to look at that.
Yes.
So if you look at each of these factors, whether it is Brexit or whether it is the BFSI segment in the US or anything, again, it's important to see which of these trends are being caused by what factor, and is that something that is going to correct itself and even itself out, or is it something which is here to stay?
Sure.
And if you look at that, now Brexit, for example, of course, the Brexit hit us only in the second quarter, effectively, because it was at the end of the first quarter. Till it came, people thought it's not going to happen. People only scaremongers are talking about it, but it's not going to happen. When it actually happened, then people said the world is coming to an end. They swung to the other extreme. The reality was that it became abundantly clear that it's going to be a drama which will play itself out over several years. The initial sudden decline in the value of the pound also corrected itself a little bit. And then now, as the whole drama unfolds, we are seeing a little bit of impact. There have been some delayed decisions like the Royal Bank of Scotland and so on. But it's not as if the bottom has fallen out. There is an impact, no doubt about it. It is adverse, no doubt about it. The decline in the value of the pound has hit the sector adversely. But again, it's not a huge impact. And it is an impact which is going to remain for some time. But there are silver linings as well when you look at the medium and the longer term.
Okay.
If you look at the financial sector in the US, again, there are a lot of short-term factors at work here. For example, the expectation was that interest rates would be hiked. It didn't happen. And in fact, Donald Trump even said on the campaign that it has not been hiked because of pressure from the government. But irrespective of those factors, I think irrespective of the politics of it, the fact is that the interest rates being low kept the margins low, and it also made the banks tend to postpone discretionary spending. And I think
All right, we'll get you more of that conversation in a bit. For now, quick